What is up, you beautiful people, and welcome to This is Rocket League with our new logo. We got it right here. You will see that. Are we pointing there? I hope we're pointing the right way.
We got it. We nailed it. I know
Come on,
we did.
you think so? I'm still
We nailed it. I know we did.
If not, please, Trev, do not edit this out at all. Keep it exactly like this so we can feel dumb when we're watching it back. This is the new logo. It's just like a good look. We're going to throw it on all the thumbnails. You guys have been asking, hey, will you please let us know when it's a news episode or a gameplay episode, or like just to get a differential of like what's going on. So we got that done. Oh my gosh. On news today, we have some new decals we want to talk about. We also, free, by the way.
Free.
And we also have to talk about, God, RLCS, EU RLCS. With all the regions, everything that went on this last weekend, we're overwhelmed with fun stuff. Hootie, how's your week been? Like, everything good, dude?
Oh, week has been incredible.
Yeah.
Like you said, RLCS, lots of action. And we talked about it last time. This event, that second event, is kind of that critical point, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to see it when we get to it today. So exciting stuff.
Yeah, we broke some things. Some teams are looking really good going into it, and some teams are not looking so hot. So we will see.
All right.
But let me start with one of my favorite things. For Black History Month, they have brought out a couple designs that I am just like in awe with. I'm serious, like, please claim these. The last one was like a week and a half ago or a week ago. It was beautiful. This one is just so gorgeous. This is by Taj Francis, and I just want to show you, like, you get a decal, you get a border, you get a banner, but the vibe and these in-game look incredible. They look so incredible. So this is this one. This is the last one. It's so pretty, Hootie. It's
free.
And it's free.
Just claim it.
It is free, and it celebrates a beautiful thing. Yeah, they're all available actually still till February 28th. So please go claim it. You can tell, man, I wish there was detail like this in like all the decals. Like, this is like crazy. Like, this would be so cool if like they like hired out, right? Like, to have artists do, it's like, like a collective group of artists just create designs. Like, this is so beautiful. So, hey, go grab it now. It's free, and we like telling you about free stuff, so go get it.
I got mine. I got my setups already. Both of them. I got cars in the garage.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're super clean. Dude. A lot of people like the fast feeling cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They actually feel nice in game too. They don't just look good, they feel good too.
Just so pretty, man. And when you look good, you feel good, you're gonna rock. You're gonna rock.
That's right.
You're gonna honestly gain a full rank. A full rank you're gonna gain.
At least
within the first week of using those skins. So,
yep.
Hootie, please give us the update. Give us the everything. I actually got to watch a bunch of the EU RLCS, but I know we have to talk about some other regions. This last weekend we just had. So what happened? What's going on? Fill us in.
All right. So we got APAC.
Yep.
First and foremost, we know that APAC has, they had that dominant team. James Cheese, been picked up by Elevate. But in the Winter Open, the first regional of this winter split, they actually dropped out third, fourth. So now the APAC race, it's wide open, John. They rebounded here.
Nice.
They got first place in the second event, so they did a good job.
Wait, who got first in the first event?
No, they
who got first in the first event?
Detonator did.
I don't even see Detonator on there.
Was in first place. We've got Gaming Gladiators, who's been in second place for both the first event and now again for the second event.
What happened to Detonators in this one?
Detonator, they're just a little bit further down. They fell out 5th through 8th.
Damn.
But look at this point ranking, and we're gonna do this for Sam. We're gonna do this for Europe as well, because the point race is wide open.
Yeah.
There is one APAC spot for this major, and look at this.
Tied.
I mean, we got two teams tied at 32, Detonators at 28, and I did the math. If Detonator and Elevate are in the grand finals, and Detonator wins,
please,
we have the tiebreaker.
We need, I'm just down for that all to play out. Exactly what you want. I'm down for that.
Tiebreaker.
That's awesome.
So APAC, like I said, the race is wide open. We could see Elevate at the major again. We could see Gaming Gladiators. We could see Detonator. We could even see another team, like us or Decimate, depending on how these top 3 or 4 perform. But the race is open, and that has not been the case in the past. Usually, it's pretty, it's pretty obvious who's going to be that team.
Of course.
Now we got a little bit of uncertainty.
And now, when are those played? That's played in like a week and a half, right? Not this weekend, but next weekend we'll get the final to see what.
That's correct.
Oh,
not this coming, but the next one.
Oh, baby.
So Sam, crazy enough, is in a very similar situation. We have had a team named Exceed just kind of come out of nowhere, and they've been in the grand finals, both of the winter events, Winter Open and Winter Cup.
Damn.
KNS, Klaus, and Devitrox, and I apologize if I'm saying any of those names wrong. We got Team Secret, and we got Crew. And we also have, you know, one of our favorites, Nip. We love Team Nip.
Nips, yeah.
Well, this is the club from last split, but they lost to North America, and Kaio from Furia, you know, back to Sam, and now he's playing with Nip. And Nip, John, they're not going to make the major.
100%?
They're not making it unless an absolute bomb happens with like every other team.
All top 4 and they get first.
Exactly, and that is not going to happen.
Damn.
But they're too far behind. They have dug themselves a hole, and they can't get, you know, they're not going to be able to climb. And there's some teams we'll talk about in Europe that's done the same thing. But let's take a look down here at what happened. Team Secret 3-0 their group. W7M is another team that's kind of popped off recently.
Yeah.
Royalis, Wisty, and Snipe or Snip. They ended up, they topped their group. They took down Nip. We got Crew atop their group and Exceed.
Damn.
Keep that team in mind. They've been doing their thing. Nip, they end up winning the first series, and then they lose to Team Secret in Game 7, a hard-fought battle, but Team Secret came out on top. And Team Secret, by the way, was top 4 last major. One of the top 4 teams in the world. And now look what happened. One of the top 4 teams in the world is beaten by Exceed.
What? Damn, Exceed.
I know.
But
Sam
then
is going
Exceed
crazy.
getting kind of rolled 4-0 by Crew.
I know.
And Crew
this
going
is the
nuts.
thing, like, you know, we always have eyes on on NA. We always have eyes on Europe. We don't always have eyes on Sam or Mina or APAC, you know, and they're in OCE as well. And there are some really good games. There's some really good players in those regions. And you know, Sam is putting it on display right now because look at this.
Oh my
32,
God, it's
32, 32.
Yo! So this makes it so much more fun to like watch these games and know what's going on. Because, you know, they don't have as much support. They don't have as many people watching. But damn, 32, 32, 32.
And there's
like,
only 2 spots for Sam.
Oh.
Only 2 spots.
So, okay.
So one of them not making it. And you can see Nip. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna close that ground. It's not gonna happen.
Even if they got the max amount of points, right? Like, what's the max you can get?
The max that they can get is 20 for first place.
Okay.
So if they
36.
add 20 to this, that's 36.
So Exceed would have to,
these teams are gonna get 4 points, right?
Yeah, they're gonna make that top 8 or top even 16. What's 4 points?
4 points. I'm sorry, 3 points is top 16. If you make it out of your group stage, you secure 5 points.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that's gonna be nearly impossible.
Nip's not making it.
No,
they're not making it. So
esports has a small chance, but yeah, Secret, Crew, Exceed, and Secret are battling. It's going to be bloody.
Which essentially means that we are almost guaranteed one new Sam team, right? Because even if Secret makes it, who made it last time and performed well, we're going to have some new faces at this major, and potentially no Secret, right? Yeah. It could be just the 2 new ones. So Sam, the talent is flourishing. They are popping off. It's fun time to be a Sam fan.
I'm into that.
We're still rolling.
I know.
We still got tight races. Okay,
how
I'm gonna show you how tight in just a moment.
Yeah. How were our call outs? Remember we did our little predictions.
I think we both said Solary. We're voting for KDOP and the legacy players. We whiffed there, right? Yep. So they did their thing. They made it through groups.
Love it.
I am not 100% certain, but I think that I called Tundra here, and I think that you had called Quadrant out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, look, now, okay, but hold on, before we go too far, this is what I want to talk about. Quadrant's on top of the group, and so, you know, they're thinking, John doesn't know what he's talking about. But check this out. Quadrant, and this is right at their game 5. Quadrant is now in a situation. This is the RLCS statistician, by the way. His name's Direct. A great follow on Twitter if you want to keep up with Rocket League Esports. Quadrant is now in a situation where if they win their series, they win the group. But if they lose it, they finish last. So it all came down to this final game for Quadrant against Moist, and they won it in game 5 overtime. If they lost that game, they're eliminated from the event.
I would have been right.
13 through 16, and you would have been right. And they won the game in overtime, so they topped the group. And I know I said this. Group B was my group of death because I knew that those teams were going to beat up on each other. They're all, I mean, unfortunately, inconsistent, and they all have plenty of punch-up power.
I mean, look at those numbers, man. 2-1, 2-1, 1-2, 1-2.
I know.
It's like
close.
right there. There was no dominating
here. I mean, you've got Quadrant beating BDS. You've got BDS beating Moist. You've got Moist beating Tundra. You've got Tundra beating Quadrant. You know, they're all just hammering at each other.
Dude.
Yeah, so,
oh my God.
Incredible Group B. But that's what I want to talk about. It's like how close it really is. You know, the margin for error is so slim. And these players, you know, seriously, one backflip in one game can mean the difference between making the major in the winter and being out.
Yeah.
it's just, and I cannot imagine the stress, the
Oh,
pressure,
man,
you know?
dude. Yeah, like, and the points. I'm so excited to see. I'm very curious when we pull it up, the quadrant points. Like, did this really help them getting where they did? But keep going. We still have Group C, Group D.
We got Group C, Team Liquid.
Liquid.
They've been pretty good. They're finding their footing as far as consistency. They topped the group. Williams, a great team. Team Vitality in there. And Much Delight, unfortunately, was the team to be eliminated. I think we both predicted that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I backed my boy Smokes on Sonics.
You did.
They did me right. Endpoint ended up falling out 0-3. Oxygen topping the group.
Yeah.
Pretty standard stuff here as well. So Europe, definitely some wild stuff, specifically in Group B. But aside from that, groups went, you know, fairly standard.
Pretty normal.
Now, we'll jump down here.
Real quick, Hootie, because I had someone ask on a video a quick question. They want to, just a reminder, or at least this person did, how do these teams get into this, like the closed qualifier, open qualifier? So remember, for anyone who's watching, Hootie will answer this, but like, remember that there is a way for any of us to join. There is an open qualifier for each of these where you can just sign up with your team, play it out, and try and make the open qualifier.
John, I'm gonna show you an example of a team that did what you're describing. Me and John and one of you could team up and we can get into RLCS. It's called an open circuit. And that means it's open. Anyone can do it. This team right here, Vertigo Esports, finished 9th through 12th.
Crazy.
They had never been in RLCS. They came from open qualification, went through closed qualification, and they're in the main event. And they didn't even get lapped. They won some games. So
there it is. So
it's right there.
Yeah.
It's there for the grabbing. And you're going to have to play in the open qualification portion. And what happens is that goes on 1 week prior to the main event, okay? So this weekend, we're about to watch North America. That means that open qualification happened last weekend, all right? So think about it in 3 segments. You got open qualification, closed qualification, and those 2 happen 1 week early. And then you've got main event, okay? And all the stuff that John and I covered, that is main event. That's what we've been looking at. That's where we keep you updated with the groups, etc.
Because
but like you said,
there's no way we could talk. It would be, these episodes would be hours if we talked about like open quals fully and closed and the
open
teams.
Quals has multiple hundreds of teams.
Dude, the amount of games that are going on. Yeah, it's a crazy moving ball. It's insane.
All right, we'll keep on rolling, but it is, like you said, it's open. It's for anyone.
Yeah.
And even if you know that you're not going to make it, but you want to go in there and get some experience, some tournament experience, play some high-level players, it's a lot of fun. Well, John, probably one of your best piece of content ever is the RLCS run, right?
It was, the F2 movie. Yeah.
Incredible.
Rocket League the movie. But that's what was so fun about it, is like, we got way further than we thought we would. We thought we'd get eliminated first. We were like a game or maybe 2 games away from making it to the next day, which is just insane. Yeah.
It is.
You play that first day, you play like 6 games, 8 games or whatever. And we got like through like 5 or 6. It was great. Such a great experience. I recommend it for everyone.
That's right. Definitely check it out. You can find the signups on the Rocket League Esports page. All right. So we move on to the playoff bracket. And the one team that I want to talk about here, world champions.
Bro.
BDS.
What is going on?
They are struggling hard. And I'm gonna put it on display here for some points in the point scenario in just a moment. But John, they're not making this major either.
Yeah. No BDS. That's weird.
When you miss the fall major and then you miss the winter major, the likelihood of you making the world championship is extremely slim.
Oh, that's so weird. For BDS fans, it's just such a bummer too.
It is a bummer.
Like, there's other teams. There's other teams like that too, not just BDS.
There are. We got the champions, the Kings, Carmine Corp, just running the show again. 4-2 over German Amigos. 4-0 over Oxygen, 4-2 over Team Liquid. I mean,
let me just say though, I watched the German Amigos versus Carmine Corp game. I was like, weren't they up? Let me see the games. Weren't German Amigos, like, didn't they win the first 2? Or did Carmine win the first one?
They lost game 1 in overtime, but then they grabbed that lead.
Oh, dude. When I
German
saw that,
played them the best of anyone in the tournament.
Oh, without a doubt. The game was incredible. Like, I was like, oh my God, they might actually do it.
They might do it.
Shut down the Kings. And as soon as, like, I swear Carmine Corp took a timeout right there. You can see it. I remember watching it. I was watching it with my youngest son, Bo. We were just sitting there watching, and I was like, uh-oh. Like, you see him in their timeout talking. I think, Verge was talking, and I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. They're going to regain. And then bah, bah, bah. Like, dude, look at them. They just like
boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, just crushed it. But hey, German Amigos, big shout to you. Like, it was such an entertaining battle. That was one that I really remembered watching.
Fantastic series. I want to point one other team out. We got Moist down here getting knocked out relatively early. Not bad, top 8, but relatively early. Moist might not make it. Vitality might not make it. We got some scenarios to look at. So first thing I'm going to do is pop up the points.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Karma Corp, locked.
Making it. We'll see them at Worlds.
You can see the green. They're in. They could go last place, and they're not going to, but they go last place and they're in.
They could go take a vacation to
they don't even gotta play it.
South Africa. They could just go to, you know.
We got Oxygen at 24, Liquid at 24, Vitality at 24, German Amigos at 20, Quadrant at 17, Moist at 16, and then these 3 teams and below are still within striking distance, but it's extremely unlikely. And I'll pop the scenarios up. Once again, big shout out to Direct.
Yes.
Here on Twitter. It's a great follow. These are the scenarios.
Right.
Carmi Court is clinched. All right. Liquid, Oxygen, and Vitality, all at 24 points.
Yep.
If they make top 4, they're in.
Awesome.
They hold their own destiny. They don't need any help.
So if you're rooting for these teams, this is what you want right here.
This is what you want. They need a top 4
Moist
or better.
needs a win.
German Amigos and Quadrant, they need to make grand finals to clinch it. Now, that doesn't mean if they don't go grand finals or out. They can go top 4, and if some right stuff happens, Vitality's eliminated early, whatever else, they can still make it, right?
This is just
the scenarios
they need to do.
They have control. Yeah. If Moist win the regional, they're in. They don't need help.
Come on, Moist, you can do it.
If they go grand finals or they go top 4, they can definitely still make it, but they need some help from some of these other teams underperforming.
Yeah.
Right? So you can start to see the scenarios shake themselves out. Moist, Resolve, G1, Sonics, they need a regional win. Team BDS, now you see the rest of these say eliminated, right? Team BDS, if they don't get top 4, they're already out. And even if they do, even if they win the event.
So many things have to happen still, too,
exactly.
Right?
They still might not make it. And I'm just here to tell you, BDS is not making it.
Yeah.
The stuff that they need, they're too far behind. They're not making it. They're at 10 points for the split. They're not making it.
It's tough.
We're not going to see the likelihood that Oxygen, Liquid, Vitality, German Amigos, Quadrant, Moist all flub at the same time.
Yeah.
It's astronomical, right? It's not happening.
Yeah.
So
damn, man. Oh.
I know BDS not. I know. It's a bummer. It's
weird.
It is weird. It's a very fast-moving esport. Things rotate so quickly. New players
literally,
come in.
This could happen. We could be talking in 3 months, 6 months in Carmine Corp. We're gonna be like,
that's
dude,
right.
What the heck? They used to be like. It's just these moments. Like, how do you, that's why I respect the crap out of teams like G2 who have stuck around so long. NRG even, who are like, which I'm very excited to see points after this weekend. NRG even are just teams that have stuck around so long because it's hard. It's hard to keep that gel together and keep those points rolling in and just a very fast-moving industry. This is so cool. I love seeing these points.
I do too. This is the stuff that makes me excited. I mean, see it three squads here at 24, and then German Amigos and Quadrant and Moist as well, not too far behind. And the reality is these 4 are probably in, unless one of them just really bombs out. They're probably in. But this 5th spot, it's up for grabs. Dude. If German Amigo lays an egg and they don't make it out of groups, you know what I mean? Now it's open. Quadrant might grab it. Moist might grab it. And, it really just depends. And you can see, so what I want to show you real quick is you can see in the event, you can see the point spread. So basically what happens is this is groups.
Yep.
Groups is 3 points. And if you make it out of groups
5
to your next round and lose, you only get a point buff of 2.
Yeah.
But if you make it one more round, you get a point buff of 3.
Right.
And then one more round is a point buff of 4. And so you can see
so important.
Quadrant is 1 point ahead of Moist, and they're 3 points behind German. So German Amigos, if they get knocked out 5th through 8th at 8 points,
then they would have
and Moist go 1 round further, they get 12 points at the top 4.
Right.
Now we got Moist and German Amigos tied.
Yeah.
And so then, you just see all these scenarios unfolding.
And then wait, if there is a tie with this, they don't go back to games who has more score.
Correct.
They do a tiebreaker.
That's correct, because it's a major spot. A tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker would be sick. And we love tie.
We got some fun stuff for the 3rd final regional. That's why we're hyping this up last week, because regional 2, it just really starts to separate that group. We see the Williams down there, Sonics, BDS, even G1. They're probably out of the running. I know it's not mathematically impossible, but they're kind of separated. Now you got those top few, and you're like, who is going to perform when all the pressure is on in this 3rd regional? You're going to have to tune in to find out. Do not miss it. John's talking about it, watching with his kids. It's so much fun when you know how much is on the line. It's not just a game, right?
No.
And here's the thing, like these teams qualifying for this major has big implications long term. This regional could determine whether or not Moist makes Worlds, right?
Yeah.
If they miss out on this major and then that snowballs and they miss the next major, they're out. And that could all come down to 2 weekends from now.
Which is so weird because we just watched them at like, you know, like we were in Texas last year, just like screaming top of my lungs for them. Like, oh my God, dude, this is crazy. This is what it's all about. This is Rocket League, baby. Thank you all so much, as always, for catching up with us. Please feel free, as always, to comment any questions you have, anything you want us to cover. We are more than happy to cover it. We love you very much. Peace out, everybody.